Of the little lie-in this morning. Thank you, Rohit Kapoor from Pager.
No worries. Thank my kids. Don't worry. They go to separate schools. It's fine.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We have to be flexible on all of these things.
Yeah.
And normally
Thank
we
you.
say to people, no, it's 9 o'clock. It's definitely 9 o'clock. But with you, we thought, you know what? You give us so much value on LinkedIn Update Week that we definitely needed to accommodate that. So we're happy to do that, and great to kick off this week. So just tell people who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it for.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm Rohit. I'm one of the co-founders of Pager. I was just saying this to you earlier, it'll be 6 years in April when we first started. Before that, I worked in recruitment, and then I worked for a large multi-poster, you could probably guess. And ultimately today, Pager is a marketing platform specifically designed for recruiters. So the goal is to increase your online presence with content, and driving more people back to your site. More recently, we've built the ability for recruiters to receive job alerts from direct employers. Especially last year, new business was on a lot of people's agendas, and that was quite important. And here today, we've got just over 850 clients, and we've just got over 45 people in the business. That's split between sales, implementation, and account management as well. So yeah, going on good speed at the moment so far, touch wood.
That's amazing. I am going to say, Rohit, over here, you're looking at the wrong one. That's it.
Hi.
It's
Sorry. I've only got two ears there. Okay.
Brilliant. Love it. So 6 years coming up. That's gone so quickly. I can remember you coming onto the scene, and obviously seeing you at expos and things like that. So I'm sure you're going to be at the expo in March.
Yeah, 100%. Expo in March, and one in Birmingham as well. So we always the one in Birmingham's always been quite fruitful for us, and also London as well. So last year was really good in London. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there as well again.
Definitely, yeah. It's first year at Excel last year, and it worked really well, didn't it?
Yeah, correct. I think it was. Thank you, Vanessa.
You have to say what it was. Otherwise, let me just pop it up on the screen. But, yeah,
I'm just looking at the chat. Sorry.
Exactly. Great achievement. Well, that's the thing. Not many companies make it past 5 years. 10 years is your next one, isn't it?
That's the milestone.
It's a big milestone for you. Right. So let's talk about LinkedIn Update Week. Vanessa will be on Thursday, talking about impacts that she's seen from a sourcing point of view.
Yeah.
But you always give us a lot of data, a lot of information, what's the algorithms doing and everything. So take it away.
Yeah, I think I wanted to kind of give advice in terms of like LinkedIn, some of the stuff that's been released recently, and some of the things that, the take homes. And one of the things that a lot of recruiters struggle with is what to actually post. They understand the subject of what to do. It's just where to start. So think about, one of the things I always say to my prospects and clients is think about your audience, your clients and candidates. Are they going to be on LinkedIn, or would they actually, the type of candidates you're recruiting for, would they mostly be playing around in Facebook, Instagram? So know your network, know where the pain points are. One of the other things I have recently been discussing with clients is, have you actually been speaking to your candidates and clients about what they want to see?
Yeah, we don't ask, do we?
We don't ask. We just go into recruitment. We go into that, hi, how you doing? Have you got a good relationship with a candidate? Speak to them about what they want to see, what kind of topics they want to hear. And I think that's a really good source of getting more information about what to write on LinkedIn, whether it's stats, whether it's what's happening in the next couple of years. Maybe for clients, it's how to deal with staff retention, how to deal with all of these things could really be invaluable to your clients and candidates. So ask the question. That would be really invaluable questions to ask both your clients and candidates.
Definitely. Now, one of the things, we've got Richard van der Blom coming up on Wednesday, missing in a pre-record because he's a bit busy at the moment. He's just released his 123-page annual review of what's going on in Instagram. And I know this is something that you guys look at and take information from. So what were some of the key elements of that you felt?
Yeah, I wanted to, we, and, big up to the marketing team to helping me out last week. Really appreciate it. Big shout out to Philly and to Kieran. But I wanted to take out the bits that would help recruitment agencies. So, and sometimes you would think to yourself, well, you should know that, but because this is my world and I kind of know it already. But how often should you post on LinkedIn, for example? There should be every weekday consistently. If this isn't achievable, aim for 3 or 4 a week. Start somewhere and start to. It's just like exercising, right? We're in a daily gym, right? So it's exactly the same. Slowly, getting progressively better at the content that you post out, and commit to frequency as well. Just commit to it.
That's the key, isn't it? So we've had it sort of drummed into us this last year that maybe 3 times a week, same time, same day, each
consistency.
Week. That consistency, the algorithm loves.
Well, the issue that LinkedIn have, and I'd spoken to the guys, I think it was last year, and I'd seen them at an event, and the biggest problem that they have is at that time they were reaching 1 billion users. I think they're now past it.
Yeah.
The stat was around 5.3% only post content.
Wow, 1 in 20.
So it's still a large number.
Yeah, out of 1 billion. Yeah, I guess it is.
Out of 1 billion is still quite, but it's not enough. If you look at things like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and even TikTok in that mix, there's so much content on there that LinkedIn are behind on that. So what they're saying is if you are consistent, if you're pushing out valued content, your followers will start to grow, your impressions will start to grow. But the caveat to that is you've got to be consistent with it. And that's why you've got to commit to doing these things and making sure that the content is right. So speaking to your candidates and clients about what they want to see is really important. There's no point pushing out content for the sake of it.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure the content's right and it's giving you the most reach. So you need to also track that as well, and making sure that the content that you're pushing out is right. One of the other things I saw is taking videos and selfies is fine, but it's got to relate. It has to be of some sort of value.
Yeah.
You can read between the lines when I talk about that, because I just saw that smirk on your face.
Well, yes, because can you just turn your speaker down just a little bit, Rohit?
Mine?
Yeah, I'm coming out twice. I can hear. I'm not sure about anyone else.
Okay.
Thank you. I love a visual. I am a visual myself, and people like me, a picture will speak 1,000 words. So I've got a regular Monday post now that I do #Mayor Monday, which is quotes from Maya Angelou, just because I love a quote, I love a picture. And something that can grab me, and especially first thing on a Monday morning. I don't necessarily want something too heavy, too much.
Yeah, text and imagery. Obviously, the best performing posts are text and imagery. So making sure that you've got an imagery, making sure that it's moving as well, so you're in the right lines. But also, I don't know if I spoke to you about this last time, or the last time I did one of these. I know there's a lot of information to take, but they've still put that ruling in with hashtags, so it's only up to 5 hashtags.
I've been very good since you told us that. I
Good. Nice.
I push 4 if I'm like, no, I really need this extra one. Do it from
there.
Yeah. You would think it would be the other way around, wouldn't you? Like 9, 10.
Well, they deem it as spam, don't they? Because you could do loads, couldn't you? And then it would work for you, right? But now they're clamping down on that, and also on tagging as well. So if you tag somebody, and they don't react. I think the block is the first 2 hours. They deem it as spam because it makes sense to me, because you could tag anybody that's got really high networks and value, but if they don't respond to it, what's the point?
Yes. Yeah. So I do tag people. I'm sitting here thinking now, I do tag people, but I'm talking to them, or it's about them, or things like that. I'm just thinking that Recruitment Agency Expo, I've got 4 people on a panel, so there'll be 5 of us up on stage. And this is for My Life in Recruitment, which is something that we've started on here that's starting to build a life of its own. So it will have a life of its own. And yeah, so that's 4 people straight away that I'm tagging. And you're right, they won't always reply. So now I'm losing out because of that. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah. Yeah, they should do. I wouldn't, why wouldn't they? I mean, they should do. I mean, and one of the other things as well, sorry, there's a bit to rattle on, like in terms of what people say. People to ask me, what are the best times? And the best times is between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m.
Okay. So morning, but is that morning, obviously, in your country?
Aha, I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, we're global. So 8 a.m. here is like
so the 7 p.m.
in
hours,
Australia.
9 and 5 a.m. So it depends on the different time zones. You're absolutely right. I've actually got that written down.
Lovely. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm switched on this Monday morning. Also, thank you, Pager, for this, because I've now worked out how I'm going to get around it. So this is the back team that you've got there as well. That tagging.
I knew it would work. I told you. I said, look, I'm going to get questions. I think you should go on there, so I can still keep going because we've still got quite a few to go. But that's yeah, I knew it would work.
Brilliant. There we go. Okay, so that's sorted. My post there as well, if you do want to have a bit of Monday motivation for Mayor Monday. Okay, so what's Donovan saying? So it's to prevent you inflating your engagement score.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go on then. What's the next one?
So the other stuff is about the actual post itself. So the basics of a good post. And people think, oh, I don't have time for long blogs or something wordy, right? Don't forget, people are scrolling on their mobile phones, right? So they want something that's quick, something that's going to catch their attention and value. And so the most impactful length is around 1,000 characters.
Okay, for a blog, yeah.
Or no, just a status update on LinkedIn.
Okay, that's quite a lot. Links update. You're getting on for a page and a half of A4 there, aren't you?
That's what they've written down.
Brilliant.
That's on that 120
23-page document. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's week. I'll find. Charlotte, can we find the link to that as well? Definitely to put that in.
Short sentences as well. Maximum of like 12 words.
Right. Okay. So yeah, don't waffle on.
Yeah. Characters, not words, is what the Pager team have just said.
So it's 1,000 characters. That makes a lot more sense. So average words 5. So we're looking at 200 words then, aren't we? Then, which is your limit in your message. So therefore, that makes more sense to me, because I did think that was quite a lot. Whereas a blog post, we are looking 800 to 1,000, aren't we? So if you've got something to say, then maybe write the blog post, use the imagery of that, and then just write short sentences. Words in. Perfect. We got it.
Yep. The images that you use. So the images, and we spoke about this before about your selfies and stuff. They need to be relevant.
Yeah.
So if you take the image, it has to be of some sort of value, right? Don't just put up a random image that people go, I'm just going to put an image of a random, I don't know, giraffe or an elephant. It's not going to work.
I'm laughing every time I see a giraffe. There's a guy.
You're right.
There's always a giraffe.
But don't you find, like, we used to see that quite often? Like, you used to see that with like job adverts as well. People would write a job advert and put a really random image on it and be like, well, what's that all about?
Yeah.
It used to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work now, especially with AI and everything, the technology that behind LinkedIn. Don't forget, it's Microsoft we're talking about here. It's a powerful player, as you can imagine.
Definitely. Charlotte, it's Richard van der Blom's LinkedIn report. So if you go to his LinkedIn account, it will be on there, and you can download it. And actually, when I went to it, I really like the fact that he had donation on there. Bit like, is it Wikipedia? Like once a year they'll go, please donate to keep us going. And you can decide, you might want to spend $1 on it, or £1, or you might want to contribute more. But I think that's a great idea for people. It was a lot of work. It was months of work. Join us on Wednesday to hear Richard's key elements around creating that report and the differences in the last year as to what's happened and why it was 123 pages this year.
120, I believe.
Amazing.
A couple of other things as well. Using infographics. Obviously, use things like Canva. I don't know if you're aware of Canva or anyone else on here. Yeah. If you're using Pager, then obviously use the Pager images. Try and avoid stock imagery on Google.
Okay.
What it will do is it will result in less engagement as well on that. So you want to move away from just typing in something and then getting something from Google and then pushing it out onto LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I do get my Maya pictures of her from Google. So, but actually, no, saying that, then I put it into a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Just get my PowerPoint designer to come up with something a bit more interesting. So I just need to make sure I do that rather than just take it straight. Yeah. Good learning point. Thank you.
That's okay. And just a couple of things that take homes. When you do post on that, you mentioned, Angela, about the Monday morning. If someone does obviously comment, just keep it going in terms of replying. Like, make sure you reply to the comment.
Yes.
All the time. Make sure that conversation keeps going. Ultimately, it's gonna keep trending as well in terms of the post that you post out.
Yeah, you've got to be engaged with your own post, haven't you? Is the key lesson there? Because if you're expecting everyone else to do it for you, sorry.
Yep, 100%. No, definitely. And also, like, give it back as well. Like, if there's stuff that is related to you, you can always comment, put your own thoughts on the actual post as well. So give it back as well. Like, if there's stuff on there that's of interest to you, start commenting, start liking stuff that resonates with you.
Yeah, because that's a bit like your TikTok, isn't it? The algorithm's going to pick up. You like that, you're going to get more stuff that's a lot more interest to you. We have got a quick question from Donovan saying, if I generate a stock image with stable diffusion, is it just as bad as stock images? I wouldn't know.
I'm not sure. I'd have to come back to you on that one, Donovan. I'm not sure about what the stable diffusion is. So I'll come back to you on that one. Apologies.
Anyone else on here that knows, or on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are? I hope Charlotte's got all of those open. If you know the answer to that one, please let us know. Yeah,
no, definitely. And that really is about it. I mean, there's a lot more obviously in terms of the pages and what we went over. But if you don't have the time to actually think about what to write, or if you struggle with it or how to actually do it, have a chat with me. More than happy to run through it with you guys.
Fantastic. No, that's great. I think Donovan's just answered it for us. Stable diffusion is the AI that he's utilising. Now, that's obviously...
Well, I've never tried it. I'm not sure. So again, I'm going to have to come back to you whether it is AI stock images. I'm not sure if you can use that. All I found out was through Google. But I'll come back to you, Donovan. Donovan, if you could put in your email address, I'll come back to you on that one.
If you're happy to, Donovan. If not, click on the link at the top with Rohit, connect with him and get your answer there.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, do that.
Need answers as well? Feel free to connect with Rohit. Certainly a source of major information, and of course go and have a look at Pager as well. Thank you, Pager team, for keeping us in check as well.
Thank you for bringing me on. Appreciate it.
We've loved it.
Thank you for being flexible.
No, that was it was different. It was interesting. We love that. I mean, it's session 981. Like you say, you're a bit special, Rohit. So
what are you guys doing for the 1,000?
Well, it's the 7th of March, and I was hoping to be at a conference in Cape Town, so that was quite special. We don't know, so we're still working on that with our lovely sponsors, Firefish, as to what we do. But yeah, the 1,000th episode is the 7th of March. So
I'd love to be involved in that. Anything like that, that'd be awesome. 1,000 session, I'll be great to get involved.
Wonderful. That's a good idea, actually. Some of the key people.
Everyone involved.
Problem is, we've had I think 150 plus guests in those 1,000, so you can only get 10 on here at a time. But
I see.
You can be one of them, as you've asked and you've come up with the idea. You could be one of them, right here.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. We're back tomorrow with Catherine Robinson, who usually runs this week, but she's moved home last week. And one, she's obviously really busy with that, but two, wasn't quite sure how good the Wi-Fi, whether she'd even have it this week. So I'm sort of hosting for her, but she will be here with us tomorrow. Brilliant. We'll see you then. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.